A lot of people don't realize this, but Miami is shifting right now. Prices in some of the most talked about neighborhoods are actually cooling, and if you're planning to move here in 2026, it can get confusing fast. Every part of Miami feels like its own city, different vibe, different place, different lifestyle. So in this video, I am going to break down the 5 neighborhoods I would actually consider if I were moving here in 2026, and each one fits a different type of person and a different way of living. At the end, I'll share the one neighborhood that I'd choose for myself if I had to put my own money down today. Now, if you're moving to Miami for work, maybe you landed a job at one of the international banks, a tech company, or you're launching your own business. Let me tell you about the 2 neighborhoods that will make your daily life ridiculously convenient. First up, Brickell is Miami's dense business district. You have high-rises, banks, offices, condos, restaurants. Everything is close together. It sits just south of downtown, bordered by the Miami River and Biscayne Bay. Life here is about convenience. You can walk to work, meet friends for coffee, go out to dinner, and get errands done without driving. Brickell City Center acts as the main anchor with shopping, dining, and a luxury movie theater all in one place. The neighborhood stays active from early morning to late at night, and transportation is built in. You have both the Metro Rail and the free Metro Mover running through the neighborhood. The Brickell Metro Rail station connects you to the rest of the city, so you don't need to rely on a car if you don't want to. Downtown sits just north of Brickell and has easy access to the Bright Line, which connects Miami to Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, and Orlando. And if you need to travel within Florida often, this is one of the most convenient places to live. The residential side of downtown keeps growing as new buildings go up, so you get that same city energy as Brickell, just with better regional transportation. So Brickell works best if you want a polished, walkable city lifestyle with everything at your door. Downtown works if you want that same urban feel with the added benefit of high-speed rail and easy travel. But if you're somebody who wants to be where the growth is happening, where you can walk to art galleries and trendy restaurants while buying at a massive discount, then let me tell you about Wynwood. And I'm not talking about the Wynwood that you might have visited as a tourist. I'm talking about the massive residential boom that is transforming this arts district into one of Miami's most exciting neighborhoods to live in. And since Miami's neighborhoods are changing this fast, I put together a relocation guide in the description that gives you a clear breakdown of each area so you can figure out what actually fits your life. Wynwood started as an industrial warehouse district, then it became a global destination for street art and creative culture. And now it's going through its biggest shift yet. It's becoming a major residential neighborhood. The vibe is creative, energetic, and a little gritty, but in a good way. It attracts artists, founders, tech workers, and young professionals who want a neighborhood with personality. You still see the warehouse bones in the architecture, and a lot of those buildings have been converted into galleries, cafes, restaurants, studios, and creative offices. That mix of old industrial structure and new development gives Wynwood a very specific feel that you won't find anywhere else in Miami. And the scale of development happening right now is the largest that Wynwood has ever seen. First up, I want to talk about live work. Wynwood is the landmark project leading this shift. 3 45-story towers adding 1,363 new residential units. It covers almost 1.8 million square feet along North Miami Avenue. These are Wynwood's first true high-rises, and they will redefine the skyline. Then we have the Wynwood Plaza residence that just opened, and it's creating a large public plaza surrounded by new apartments, retails, restaurants, and gathering spaces. It functions as a new center of gravity for the neighborhood. Then you have 2000 Wynwood, another major residential project adding hundreds more apartments. When you put these together, we're talking about several thousand new units coming online over the next few years. But the real turning point here is what I call the Amazon effect. Amazon signed the largest office lease in Wynwood's history, over 75,000 square feet at Wynwood Plaza. This isn't a shared co-working space. This is class AAA office towers at the intersection of Wynwood, Midtown, and Edgewater. Amazon is bringing a full workforce into the neighborhood every single day. What that means in practical terms is this: thousands of high-earning professionals will be working here. They eat lunch here, they go out after work here. Many of them will want to live close by, so that creates creates immediate demand for apartments, restaurants, fitness studios, groceries, and everyday neighborhood services. And companies like Amazon don't just sign short-term leases, they plan far and ahead. That is long-term commitment, which signals stability, growth, and permanence. When a major employer plants a flag somewhere, the neighborhood changes around it. Streets get activated, streets get cleaned, public spaces improve, restaurants open, more businesses follow. It becomes its own ecosystem. So if you're a professional who wants urban convenience with an edge, Brickell or Wynwood should be at the top of your list. But now let's shift gears. What if you're not moving to Miami for work? What if you're a cash buyer or an investor looking for appreciation potential? Well, that's where things get interesting. And if you want to stay on top of Miami's market shifts, then go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. If your priority is health, calm, and a slower pace, a place where you can actually breathe, Coconut Grove is where that shows up most clearly in Miami. Coconut Grove is Miami's oldest continuously lived in neighborhood. This isn't a place defined by hype or new development trends. It has more than 150 years of history, community, and identity. People here don't call it Coconut Grove, they just call it The Grove. It sits right along Biscayne Bay, just south of downtown, but when you're in it, it feels separate from the city. The streets curve and wind under a dense tropical canopy. You see huge banyan trees that have been here for decades. There are parks everywhere, and yes, you will see peacocks walking through the neighborhood. That is normal here. The atmosphere is quiet, calm, and almost village-like. It feels like a small coastal town inside a major city. It's a place where people take morning walks to the water, they sit outside at cafes, and know their neighbors. It's peaceful without feeling isolated, and it still gives you quick access to the rest of Miami. The official tourism bureau describes it as lush, bayside, and boating-centric, and that is exactly how it feels when you're there. Life in the Grove is centered around the water, so Dinner Key Marina is here. It's the largest marina in the state, and it's the heart of Miami's sailing community. You see people out on boats, paddleboarding, jogging along the bay, or just spending time near the shoreline. That connection to the water is part of everyday life. The waterfront is lined with parks. You have David T. Kennedy Park, Peacock Park, and Regatta Park, and they all give you open space, shade, and room for the community to gather. Weekends here feel slower. Families bring their kids to play, people walk their dogs, and you always see somebody stretched out under a tree reading. Cocoa Walk is the center of the neighborhood. It was fully remodeled and now has restaurants, cafes, small shops, and places to sit outside. It doesn't feel crowded or chaotic. It feels like the town square where people naturally meet up. Then there's Biscaha Museum and Gardens, one of the most iconic cultural sites in Miami. It's a waterfront estate with formal European-style gardens. People go there to walk, think, or just to enjoy quiet views of Biscayne Bay. And it's a reminder that the Grove has always attracted artists, writers, and people who want space to reflect. That creative, expressive personality still shapes the neighborhood today. The luxury story in Coconut Grove reinforces everything about its long-term appeal. One of the major signals is the Four Seasons private residences, Coconut Grove. When a brand at that level chooses a neighborhood, it is not by accident. Developers don't put the Four Seasons name in areas that are uncertain or in decline. They only build in places where there is steady demand, privacy, and buyers who value a quieter, more refined lifestyle. The project is attracting high-end buyers who want luxury without the noise, people who want to be close to the city but surrounded by greenery, water, and calm. People love Coconut Grove because it's already proven. The Grove also has something most neighborhoods don't: historic prestige. It has held its reputation for over a century. That kind of identity doesn't vanish when the market shifts. It holds its value through ups and downs. People choose Coconut Grove because it feels good to be here. It's one of the few neighborhoods in Miami where the environment itself does half the work of keeping your life balanced. If your focus is wellness, routine, and a strong sense of place, well, the Grove fits that lifestyle better than anywhere else in the city. Now, Coconut Grove is premium luxury, perfect for people who want stability. But what if you want that aggressive appreciation potential? What if you're willing to buy in a neighborhood that's still transforming? Then you need to know about this next area. I'm talking about the Design District in Buena Vista, and here's where things get super interesting for investors. If you want to be where luxury meets explosive growth, where land values are skyrocketing so fast that people are tearing down homes just to rebuild, then you need to know about this corridor. The Design District is an 18-block neighborhood developed and shaped by Craig Robbins. It has become a global destination for luxury fashion, art, and design. We're not talking about regular retail here. This is Prada, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, and flagship level luxury brands, all concentrated in one walkable district. You have Michelin-starred restaurants, museum-level public art installations, and architecture that looks like something out of an international design exhibition. The area isn't just a shopping district, it has become a luxury brand in of itself. It's one of Miami's premier cultural destinations, a place where luxury isn't added in, it is the foundation here. Buena Vista sits directly next to the design district, and that proximity is everything. It's a historic neighborhood dating back to the 1920s with single-family homes, tree-lined streets, and acquired a more residential feel, but it's right beside one of the most concentrated luxury districts in the country. What is happening now is straightforward. Land values in Buena Vista have surged because of how close it is to the design district. Buyers aren't purchasing these older homes for their architecture or their condition, they're buying for the land itself. You see properties with perfectly good homes being torn down and replaced with modern luxury estates, clean lines, glass, high ceilings, and rooftop terraces. The kind of homes that match the level of luxury just one block away. The investment play here is scarcity. There is only so much land this close to the design district. When luxury consolidates in one area, the neighborhood around it moves up. It's adjacency-driven value, and that's one of the clearest signals in real estate. Edgewater is that residential link in this whole corridor. It sits just north of downtown, right along Biscayne Bay, and over the last several years, it has transformed into a neighborhood of luxury high-rise condos with full bay views. When you're in Edgewater, the water feels like part of your living room, and that's the draw. The feel of the neighborhood is often described as downtown meets Wynwood. You get the residential calm of living in a high-rise community, but you're also minutes away from the art, the culture, and the restaurants of Wynwood and Midtown, and the commercial center of downtown and Brickell. It's connected, but it's not overwhelming. Margaret Pace Park is the anchor of daily life here. It's a big waterfront park where people play basketball, tennis, volleyball, walk their dogs, run along the water, or just sit by the bay. On weekends, it feels like half the neighborhood is there. It's social in a low-key way. You'll see the same people every week, and it feels like a community, even though you're surrounded by high-rises. Edgewater is where people live when they want views, proximity, and access, but they still want to step outside into something calm and residential. The economic anchor for this entire corridor, again, is Amazon's office at Wynwood Plaza. Wynwood gets the creative lifestyle appeal, Edgewater gets the waterfront residential demand, Buena Vista gets the land pressure and the new construction, and the design district continues to function as the luxury anchor. Across Edgewater and Wynwood, multiple new condo projects are delivering, and that means more residents, more businesses, and more activity. Meanwhile, Buena Vista is where you still have ground-up development opportunity, those older homes being replaced with new luxury builds because the land is what's valuable. This corridor is still forming, and you're in the early stages of the story. And yes, this is going to be a little bit riskier than buying in Coconut Grove, which I said was already established and stable, but the upside potential here is significantly higher. So I've covered urban professionals, we've covered investors looking for stability, and investors chasing growth. But what if you're not moving to Miami full time? If I were buying a true vacation home in Miami, somewhere that actually felt like an escape, I'd look at Key Biscayne. It's an island just south of downtown, reached only by the Rickenbacker Causeway. The second you cross the bridge, the pace changes. It's quieter, more private, and more residential. Key Biscayne is its own small town. The beaches are clean and wide. There are nature preserves on both ends of the island, and the overall feels relaxed and family oriented. People bike to the beach, stop at local cafes, take the boat out, and they know their neighbors. It feels like a small coastal community, not part of a major city. Crandon Park and Bill Bagg State Park give the island miles of protected shoreline and open space. The beaches are calm and shallow near the shore, which is ideal for swimming and family days. And because there's only one road in and out, the island stays quiet. There is no through traffic or large tourist crowds. Boating here is a big part of life, and many homes have docks and there are multiple marinas, so getting on the water is simple. The commercial district has groceries, a few shops, and local restaurants, enough to handle the daily life without leaving the island. For property, the Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne is an anchor if you want resort amenities with ownership. There are also several luxury condo buildings and homes, and they offer concierge services and direct beach access. These are popular among second home owners who want to arrive, relax, and not think about logistics. If you like the idea of luxury waterfront, but you want to be closer to the city, then Four Seasons Private Residences in Coconut Grove offers a similar level of service with faster access to dining and culture. Now, you'll notice I'm talking a lot about condos here, and that's because that's what I would personally choose if I were living in Key Biscayne. You can lock your door, leave, and know that your home is taken care of. There are those single family homes here too, and many owners own them as primary or secondary homes. You just need to think through property management if you won't be here full time. With the house, there's simply more to keep up with. A condo, the day-to-day is handled. Vacation buyers choose Key Biscayne because it provides something unique in Miami: privacy, natural space, and a calm environment that feels consistent year after year. You're close to everything in Miami when you want it, but it's easy to disconnect when you're here. That is why so many families have kept second homes on Key Biscayne for generations. The lifestyle has stayed steady, the community is tight-knit, and the experience is hard to replicate anywhere else. So there you have it, 5 neighborhoods, 5 completely different lifestyles, but they all share one thing. 2026 is creating a window of opportunity that won't last forever. Whether you are chasing value in Wynwood, stability in the Grove, or that island escape in Key Biscayne, the key is matching the neighborhood to your life, not just your budget. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you're seriously considering a move to Miami, don't navigate this alone. Send me an email, joe@joesellsmiami.com. Tell me your situation, your timeline, and what matters most to you. That way I can personally point you towards neighborhoods that make the most sense for your goals. Again, no pressure, no sales pitch, just honest guidance from somebody who was born here, lives here, and knows this market inside and out. And before you go, if South Beach has been on your radar, then you need to watch my next video. I break down whether South Beach is overrated or just completely misunderstood. I'm talking walkability scores that beat entire cities, preservation battles that could reshape the neighborhood forever, and real estate numbers that might surprise you. It's linked right up here, so don't miss it. But I'm curious, which of these 5 neighborhoods would you choose? Drop a comment below and let me know. I've read every single comment on this channel. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.